This case had a lot of media attention on it, especially in the US, with major news outlets covering what happened to Andreen McDonald. Andreen was married to another Jamaican, Andre. Andreen didn't have a lot, and she figured the place to make dreams come through was America. She met Andre at 19 years old. They would get married, and off to the US she went to live with her husband. By age, with Andre's help, she would start an assisted living business that catapulted to millionaire status. Then, the American dream all turned into a nightmare. The meeting and the move. Did you know that behind every smiling photo, every shared accomplishment, there can be secrets so dark they defy imagination? This is the story of Andreen McDonald, a woman whose life took a tragic turn, leading to one of the most compelling true crime stories of recent years. Andreen McDonald was born and raised in Jamaica, a place where vibrant culture meets humble beginnings. It was in 2009, amidst the lush landscapes and the warm, inviting spirit of the island, that Andreen met Andre McDonald. Andre, 10 years her senior, was a disciplined and ambitious member of the United States Air Force. They met in Port Antonio. Within a short time, Andreen decided to leave her home behind and embark on a new journey with Andre. The couple got married and settled into a life that promised stability and success in the United States. Initially stationed in Florida, Andre's career in the Air Force demanded frequent relocations, and a year later, he was reassigned to Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. Their move to San Antonio marked a new chapter. Andreen, a determined and hardworking woman, earned a degree from the University of Texas at San Antonio, UTSA. With her entrepreneurial spirit, she soon launched a home health business, which she managed with remarkable efficiency and care. The couple welcomed their daughter, Elena, into the world, and from the outside, they seemed to be the epitome of the American dream. But as is often the case, appearances can be deceiving. Beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect life, cracks began to form in their marriage. But no one could have anticipated the dark turn their story would eventually take. On the night of February 28, 2019, Andreen McDonald was seen for the last time. Sometime around midnight, she vanished without a trace. Her phone, usually a constant presence, was turned off, and all communication ceased. For those who knew Andreen, her sudden disappearance was shocking and deeply troubling. As the search for Andreen began, her family and friends clung to hope, even as each passing day brought more questions than answers. The woman who had journeyed from humble beginnings in Jamaica to build a life of promise in the United States had simply vanished, leaving behind a trail of mystery and heartache. What happened to Andreen McDonald? As investigators delved into the case, they would uncover a web of secrets and lies, leading to a chilling revelation that would shock an entire community and beyond. The disappearance of Andreen McDonald. On March 1, 2019, Andreen McDonald, a successful businesswoman and loving mother, was reported missing by her friend Carol Gonbar. Concern arose when Andreen failed to show up for work and wasn't answering her phone. Gonbar, receiving a call from one of Andreen's employees, immediately went to the McDonald home, only to discover something disturbing: blood on a light switch in the master bathroom. Unable to reach Andreen or her husband, Andre McDonald, Gonbar contacted Andreen's mother, Maureen Smith. Together, they returned to the house and found more blood evidence, prompting Maureen to call the police. Andre arrived home while the women were there, claiming ignorance of his wife's whereabouts and stating he would check a nearby hospital. This statement, coupled with his subsequent actions, raised suspicions. On the same day Andreen was reported missing, Andre hired an attorney and provided inconsistent or minimal information to the police. He admitted to investigators that he and Andreen had argued the previous night over their assisted living business. According to Andre, he had left the house to cool off at a nearby gas station and returned to find Andreen presumably sleeping in their daughter's bedroom. It was also revealed that they had exchanged heated text messages, with Andreen accusing him of scheming. The investigation by the Bexar County Sheriff's Office intensified when Andre's recent purchases came to light. He had bought gas cans, an axe, a hatchet, gloves, and heavy-duty black trash bags from Lowe's shortly before Andreen's disappearance. Days later, Andre was arrested on charges of tampering with evidence, casting a dark shadow over the fate of Andreen McDonald. Their business and the troubles. By the time of her disappearance, Andreen and Andre McDonald's business had flourished into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. They were making seven figures, said Stephen Spear, the assistant criminal district attorney of Bexar County and the lead prosecutor in Andreen McDonald's homicide case, emphasizing that the success was largely due to Andreen's efforts. The couple launched their company with a loan secured by Andre, leveraging his stable position and credit as a U.S. Air Force employee at Lackland Air Force Base. Andre, having 10 years more seniority than Andreen, provided the financial backing necessary to get their dream off the ground. With the initial funds in place, Andreen took charge of the business's daily operations, leading to its rapid growth. Despite Andreen handling most of the work, they had agreed to split the profits equally. However, their business success was marred by personal strife. On the day Andreen disappeared, the couple had a meeting with a local accountant. During this meeting, Andre discovered that Andreen had omitted his name on some business paperwork. According to Spear, Andre believed Andreen was trying to hide money from him, despite Texas family law ensuring he was entitled to half of her earnings as her spouse. This financial tension was just one of many issues in their marriage. Spear noted other significant strains, including infidelity on Andreen's part with an ex-boyfriend and prior instances of physical abuse by Andre. The marriage was not on solid ground at all, Spear remarked, highlighting the troubled nature of their relationship before Andreen's tragic disappearance. Additional motive. In 2016, Andre McDonald went to 6-month training in Alabama. When he returned, he noticed something had changed with Andreen. The couple's relationship became strained, leading Andre to file for divorce. However, they eventually reconciled. In 2018, on the 4th of July, tensions resurfaced. While at a friend's home, Andre noticed 2 new tattoos on Andreen, the letter A and a date. Believing these tattoos were for a man from Jamaica with whom he suspected Andreen was having an affair, Andre became upset. They left the gathering and argued during the drive home. So, what happened to Andreen? Andreen McDonald's disappearance left her friends and family in anguish, and it would be almost 5 months before they got the tragic news. On July 11, 2019, her remains were discovered on private property less than 10 miles from her home. Her death was ruled a homicide, and her husband, Andre McDonald, was charged with her murder. The search for Andreen was extensive. For months, hundreds of people combed the area, desperate to find any trace of her. The discovery of her body brought a painful end to the search but marked the beginning of a long legal process. Andre McDonald, who had been out on bond, maintained his silence until the trial, which began almost 4 years later. On January 30, 2023, during the 6th day of his murder trial, Andre McDonald broke his silence and testified about the events leading to Andreen's death. He recounted the fateful night of February 28, 2019, which began with a visit to a tax preparer. There, Andre discovered documents indicating that Andreen had started a new company without his knowledge, leading him to believe she was trying to hide money from him. This discovery triggered a heated argument between the couple. Andre testified that he left the house to cool off, returning around midnight. However, the argument resumed and escalated. He described how the verbal confrontation turned physical, claiming he grabbed Andreen's face, which led to her bleeding. When she retaliated, Andre said he tripped her, causing her to fall, and then he kicked her twice. He claimed that the second kick caused her to make a wheezing sound, and he heard their daughter, Elena, coming down the stairs. Andre put Elena back to bed and returned to find Andreen no longer breathing. In a state of panic, Andre decided to dispose of Andreen's body before their daughter could see her. He wrapped her in trash bags and dragged her out of the house. He drove to a property off Speck Road, where he discarded her body in a field. Consumed by anger, Andre returned the following night and attempted to set her body on fire, then violently struck her remains with a hammer. Throughout his testimony, Andre showed no remorse, instead expressing anger at the situation. He believed Andreen's actions had pushed him to the breaking point. His testimony painted a disturbing picture of a man driven by rage and desperation, who ultimately took the life of his wife in a fit of anger. Only 3 days before his trial was set to begin, Andre McDonald called Andreen's sister, Cindy Johnson, and admitted to killing his wife. However, he insisted that it had been an act of self-defense, a claim he would later repeat in court, taking the stand in his own defense. "When I cross-examined him, it was surreal," said Stephen Spear, the assistant criminal district attorney. "Most people I have tried in the past who caused someone's death are at least sorry they did it. But he seemed like he was still angry at her. It was very depersonalized. He maybe used her name once. After nearly 13 hours of deliberation, the jury found Andre guilty of manslaughter but declined to convict him on a more serious murder charge. The judge, Frank Castro, sentenced Andre to 20 years in prison. Additionally, McDonald received an extra 5 years for tampering with evidence. At his sentencing, Andre's daughter, who was 7 years old at the time of the killing, expressed her pain in a letter read by a victim's advocate. "You killed my mother. You took away my life and you broke my heart. And you hurt my feelings," she wrote. Judge Castro addressed Andre sternly. "You burned the body, beat it with a hammer, and desecrated her corpse." It almost seemed like the emotion of a serial killer. "It doesn't match up with your military career. Throughout the trial, you showed no compassion or emotion. It disturbed me that the only time you seemed interested was when they displayed her bones. You showed no sorrow to the family. It was like watching a movie, with no emotion whatsoever." The victim impact statements from Andre's sister and father were poignant, and Alena's letter underscored the profound impact of Andre's actions. To Andre McDonald, "You killed my mother. You took away my life and you broke my heart. And you hurt my feelings. And you will pay for what you did. You will be punished forever," she wrote. In another twist, it was revealed that Andre's father, Everton Beachy Stout McDonald, was also facing trial for the murders of 2 of his wives in 2009 and 2020. The tragic events surrounding Andre McDonald's death have left a profound and lasting impact on her family, friends, and especially her young daughter, Alena. The loss of a loved one under such circumstances is a wound that never fully heals, leaving behind a void that can never be filled. For Andre's family, the pain of her absence is a daily struggle, compounded by the knowledge of how she met her untimely end. Their grief is matched only by their unwavering commitment to seeking justice for her and ensuring that her memory is honored and cherished. Alena, robbed of her mother's love and guidance at such a tender age, must navigate a world forever altered by the actions of her father. Her innocence shattered, she now carries the burden of her mother's absence, grappling with the incomprehensible loss of the person who meant everything to her. Yet amidst the darkness, there remains a glimmer of hope, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Despite the pain and anguish they endure, Andre's loved ones find solace in each other, drawing strength from their shared memories and the enduring legacy of a woman whose light continues to shine brightly in their hearts.